We're going to move along now. We have a question from social media from Claudette Peruccio. She wants to know what are the candidates' plans for increasing mental health funding in the state. Mr. Visconti.
Yes, we need to increase mental health funding. It's important. I have in my family experience and grew up with a family member with mental health issues, and I know firsthand that it's important for the state to be involved and to increase. The governor will give you all the details on it. I don't think this is one of the areas, again, where I spoke about the disabled, mentally challenged, mental health, where money has to go. We have to look at this and say, why aren't we doing more? And it's personal for me, and it's something that I think it's almost with the Sandy Hook issue earlier. It's also something that I think identifying mental health screening is so important.
Governor.
The gun bill itself required additional $8.5 million to be spent. Every year that I've been governor, we have passed additional legislation to improve mental health services in the state of Connecticut. We've also passed anti-bullying legislation every single year. We've also passed legislation that requires more people to be trained to identify a mental illness early on. We know that if depression and anxiety, which are the two largest mental illnesses in America, are treated when a person is young, the chances of overcoming and living a normal life increase dramatically. That's why we want to identify those issues in schools and make sure that school systems have resources to address them. That's why we're spending more than $237 million more in support of schools on a yearly basis. That's why we didn't cut school spending. And the only way to have resolved issues in the past would have been to do that. And the only way to live with Tom Foley's promises, and maybe your own promises, Joe, is to make sure that we, in fact, do increase funding to schools, both for educational improvement and outcomes, but also to make sure children are safe.
All right.
Well, I agree with the governor on that.
You were nodding your head yes, so
Yes, I agree with the governor. As I said earlier, I'm not here to debate all the failures or the successes of the governor. This one here, I will give him a thumbs up.